Welcome, YouTube. Please subscribe to my new channel. This is Deadpool 2.0, the Cryptid Hunter. This is my North American Dogman patch investigation research unit. I will be doing field research and also documenting encounters, and that includes everything from paranormal to alien encounters, and especially cryptids of all types. I have two stories for you tonight, and they're actually dogman encounters from Colorado, which I don't get a lot of. I am looking for more encounters to get, especially from Colorado. It's where I live. Because there's not a lot of dogman encounters, but the ones I have heard, these two especially, are pretty terrifying. So let's get started, huh? Alright. So, first one is by Bennett, Colorado. Anyone who knows Colorado knows Bennett. It's by DIA, kind of. And it's kind of by a place called where the three bridges, the third bridge, pretty sure. It's a haunted location where there was a horrible Indian massacre back in the 1800s. Cavalry unit massacred a bunch of Indians. Absolutely tragic, horrible thing. I remember as a kid, they said that, the ghosts of the Indians, they beat their drums in the night. I forgot what time they supposedly do this, but I remember being a kid and going out to the field. We were by Bennett on someone's property, and I did hear the drums. It was pretty creepy. But alright, let's get on with the first encounter. So there's this lady lives out by Bennett. She has a farm, her and her husband, and her daughter and her son. And the first time they saw something was her and her husband, I think it was 2 years ago, her and her husband were driving home, and they were pulling up in their driveway, and maybe 10 yards away from their driveway were two huge dogs on all fours. And she said, her husband just looked at her, they looked at each other and were like, those are not normal dogs, by any means. And that's when the smaller one had run away on all fours, and the bigger one stood up. Literally, as they were parking in the driveway, and he's 10 yards away, you know what I mean? So, he's only 30 feet away, and she said, they didn't know what to do. They were both armed, concealed carried, and they didn't want to pull their guns on this thing, just at first, just because they don't know what they're looking at. They can't believe what they're seeing, and, people who've, actually encountered something, they know that feeling, and there's a lot of people, who don't think it's just bullshit or whatever, which is, I used to think that same exact thing, there's not real monsters in this world, there is, and that's even with animals we know, tigers especially, tigers kill each year, crocodiles, freaking bears, these are just, who knows, but when you see one, it changes your life. So they, look at this thing, can't believe it, and, it just gets on all fours and runs where the little one did, ran off into the darkness, and they couldn't believe it. But anyway, so the second time she saw this thing, she was working on her farm, she was, out pretty far, probably like 20 miles away, down on her property, loading hay. She just finished loading hay onto her trailer, got back in her F-150, and she's got on her phone. She got in the truck and was maybe a couple minutes looking at texts or calls or whatever, looking at her phone, looking at who tried to contact her, and something ran into her trailer, full of hay, and had rocked the trailer and the truck at the same time. And do to do that, so that thing is out. It has to be something absolutely crazy strong. Like, what the fuck? That is crazy. And you know, when she was telling me this, like, I could see the fear in her eyes. Like, she was scared. She was even retelling it. Like, I could tell she was shook up about it. This thing was the same one. She thinks it was the same one, the big one. Was behind her trailer, and she was looking in her rearview mirror, and she said I was just looking at her, grinning with some type of grin. It was smiling at her basically, and I heard some weird sound. But anyway, it was smiling at her, and it's kind of creepy thinking about. Uh, and she floored it. You know, she was in shock for maybe a couple seconds. She said she, as soon as she was able to control her body, she floored it. And this thing chased after her. It kept up she's right behind her trailer for maybe about a mile or two. About a mile. She said it wasn't 2 miles. It was a little over a mile. And it stopped and just stood up, and because it chased her on all fours. It was right behind, right on the side of the trailer, I guess. And it stood up on all fours when it stopped chasing her. Just stood in the middle of the road for the dirt road for, she said, maybe a couple seconds, and then walked on two legs off the side of the road into the field. Into some brush. And anyone who knows, the whole front range of Colorado, there is trees. There's places to hide. But it's mostly farmland. So there's a lot of nothing as well, which is crazy because, like, where the hell are these things? Where are they? In the daytime, or whenever. Like, where the fuck do these things live? And so that's weird to think about. But so yeah, that was her second encounter. Her third, my most recent encounter. This was pretty recent. I'm pretty sure it was a couple months ago. Yeah, a couple months ago. She and her husband were sleeping, and her daughter runs into her room saying, "Mommy, mommy, there's a monster outside my window." And she said she automatically knew. She knew what her daughter was talking about, and and it's fair. One second, what I'm going to talk about is you know, for some cases, like, a lot of parents just dismiss their kids, saying that they saw something. They dismiss them. Right? They don't listen to them or whatever, and that's, for some cases, I understand, like, oh, monsters in the bed or in the closet, um, but you never know. Kids don't lie a lot. So listen to them. More. I feel like missing 411. Shout out to David Politis. It's a real thing. He's doing a great job. He's a very talented man, and he's actually what kind of inspired me to go into investigative journalism as well, and dive into this crazy world. It is a crazy one. Anyway, so she knew exactly what it was. She said her husband got up, grabbed the shotgun, turned on all the outside lights, and ran outside. And she followed him. She was right behind him with a 30-06. And she and her husband, she said it was the same one, the big one. And he was probably around 9 to 9.5 feet tall. her and her husband guessed the same thing, 9 to 9.5 feet tall, and her daughter's window is like 10 feet up off the ground. So, you have to be pretty damn tall and looking at that. And so they saw him, and he was right at the edge of where the light meets the just pure darkness, pure black. When you live in a rural area, you know what I'm talking about. There's a point where the light ends, and it's just wilderness. Whatever's out there, and he was right on the edge of it, so you can see him, but part of his body was in the darkness as well. And her husband actually had shot at it with the shotgun with buckshot, but he missed intentionally. Just shot into the ground in front of him, letting this thing know, like, hey, well, I'm gonna defend my family no matter what. Because they were ready to die to defend their child, and I guess it looked at it. It wasn't even fazed by the shot. It just looked at them. Basically, kind of went from a grin. She said it was grinning at first, to a kind of a pissed off looking face, and she kind of the German Shepherd looking, but she is actually pretty like a beautiful color of black, just like a shiny black, pitch black, and but it was ugly, scary too as well. Like it wasn't a cute German Shepherd, like it was a nasty big fucking dog. But I guess it had a beautiful coat. I guess like I'm sure it did. Who knows? But I know big grizzlies. They have beautiful fur as well. But so I guess it had this pissed off face looking at him, and it made this howl roar at them. It freaking howled at them, and she said it was so loud and the weirdest sound she's ever heard that it hurt her chest. Her and her husband were telling me they felt like chest pain after this. My battery's low. That's okay. So the light goes off. Battery low. Where are we at? 15%. We're good. We're good. Light. It's okay. So, that's kind of weird. Spooked me out a little bit. Yeah, so I get it. Went from the pissed off face and just turned around and ran off on 2 feet. And that was the most recent encounter. They recently put up an electric fence, and they have light poles around their house. And he put these posts up and put huge what are those lights? I forgot the name of them, but they're the big huge lights that just run all night and light up everything. He has his house lit up at night now, and there's a 6-foot tall electric fence around their whole house, especially around their daughter's bedroom. And they haven't had an encounter since then, so that's good news. But that's the first one, and it's pretty hair raising. Like that's some scary stuff. So the second one actually is down off the Arkansas River, more southern Colorado, pretty kind of close to the mountains. Kind of by Pueblo, right outside of Pueblo West. Above the reservoir. This guy has a property, and I talked to him, and his encounter is actually kind of sad. Involves a dog being killed, and well, anyway, let's get to it. He's seen Bigfoot and these dogman creatures on his property since he's moved in. He's lived here in this area for over 20 years, and he actually has a couple clear pictures, pretty good looking pictures of a Bigfoot and a Dogman, a good one of a Sasquatch, and then another one of a huge dog. And that's on all fours at the time, looking out of the bushes. But yeah, and you don't have to believe me, because he won't let me. He won't share the pictures. He's not going to do that. He doesn't want to come out. He has a good job. You know, he is a professional man, so he doesn't want. You know, no. This is not going to happen, which is fine. I totally understand. I'm grateful I was able to see these pictures, and so to describe the picture, the Bigfoot was in the river. It was standing in the river, and it had just noticed him. He was on his property going to fish, noticed it, saw it before it saw him, and which I'm pretty sure is pretty, that's pretty rare. Most of the time, I'm pretty sure they know you're around before you know they are. And he snapped a picture real quick, and it ran off, I guess, after it, but it was a huge freak. Oh my god, his chest was massive. And then the document picture was from kind of farther away, but this huge dog sticking its head out of the bushes like it's about to pounce or attack something. And it's a creepy picture. Both of them are. Yeah, and so anyway, he's had everything from, Sasquatch coming up slapping his house, all that. And he said they come during certain times of the year. Certain times of the year they're not there, and in certain times of the year they are. Mostly in the spring and the fall, they are there because it's starting to get a little colder. In the summertime, you said they are there. Some of them aren't. They come into the area, but it's a lot less. Like, not nearly as much as spring or fall. And in wintertime, he said sometimes you get Sasquatch tracks around wintertime. That's it. No, he has not seen any dogmen during winter. But when the dogmen come around, everything doesn't come out. Even he said he hasn't seen the Sasquatch. He's never seen them two together, but he's seen them both on his property at different times, which is weird. Who knows which one's dominant, Bigfoot or Dogman? Sasquatch or Dogman? I don't know. But he said that he's never seen Sasquatch when these Dogmen come around. And everything, his dogs. And it sucks. His blue healer, let's get to the part. One day he was out working on this property, and he came home, and his blue healer was torn up, left on his front porch. Wasn't dead yet, but it was gonna die real soon. It was torn up, been in a bad fight, and he couldn't believe it. I automatically broke down in tears. Oh my god, bro, I felt for him. That sucks. Dogs are family members. Dogs are family, And so he put it out of his misery with a 22. And as he did, he heard the most ugly howl, craziest sound he's ever heard in his life. And he looked back, I guess he turned around, and right, like in the last encounter, right where because it was dark time now. By the time he got home, it was dark. Where the light ends and the darkness begins. This big old dogman just standing on two legs, looking at him. And he said he had so much, he was pretty pissed off about it killing his dog. He was pretty pissed off, so he ran inside to go grab his AR, and he's about done with this thing. Came outside and is gone, and he decided now that he's not going to shoot at it unless it is hurting his animals or trying to attack him. But he's not gonna mess with it if it doesn't mess with him, because he doesn't want to mess with it. Trust me. And so he's loaded up with firearms and all that. But and that's about it for tonight. On my first video, to going and diving into this world. If you have an encounter, please email me at dbangs303@gmail.com. That's D-bangs, like your hair. Like the bangs. I need a haircut. But, at 303gmail.com. All lowercase. Or you can contact me on my cell, 303-579-5661. Again, that is 303-579-5661. If you have any encounter, even if you don't want me to share it with the world, that you would just like to get off your chest, I would love to hear your story and hear you out and actually listen to you, because I know how it's like. I've actually had my encounters of my own, which I'll do a video of here in the next couple days. But this is the first one. Shout out to Nick for the patch. Shout out to North American DOGMAN Project. And shout out to those two people that had those encounters, because I know they're dealing with some some struggles mentally. They're gonna be okay, but it weighs on your mind. Anyone who's seen something like this, whatever, knows that it changes your whole world. But that's about it. God bless you all. I hope you're all safe during this whole pandemic thing. It's weird times right now, for sure. Actually, yeah, it's crazy to me. Your face masks and all that. I went and bought a Predator 1987 Predator on a face mask. I might wear it for my next video. But I hope you guys are safe and well, so please like and subscribe if you haven't. I'm trying to help my channel grow, and I wanna help people. That's the whole purpose of this, is to help people, because I know PTSD, all that stuff, that's real, man. And I'm here to help. I hope you guys contact me, and I'll be posting another video in a couple days. God bless, and have a good night, guys. Or day, wherever you are in the world. Just be safe. And Deadpool 2.0 out. I'll talk to you guys later. The Cryptid Hunter.